Hello everyone, I am Jade, a student of Cotabato State University and currently taking the course under the Bachelor of Science in Social Work. And I have a task today, which is to identify a country where graduates of your program or field of specialization are in demand and research on various cultural modes of communication that a newly hired social worker should learn. To begin with, social workers help relieve people's suffering, fight for social justice, and improve social lives and communities. Most people think of social workers when they think of poverty alleviation and child welfare. Many social workers do that kind of work, and we do much more. Social workers may do some or all of the following: support people in crisis, talk to them about their problems, and help them make decisions, help people to access benefits and accommodation, advise people in their rights and ways to improve their lives. Also, social work abroad is no easy task. It usually involves learning a new language, culture, and about challenges facing those citizens. However, many social workers have the natural inclinations to help people, including those from any nation who are dealing with a variety of health and lifestyle issues. According to my research under Oceania, one of the countries that social workers are in demand is the New Zealand. New Zealanders are relatively indirect communicators. They do their best not to create conflict and to take careful measures to remain polite throughout discussion. This usually involves making hints that vaguely communicate their message without rocking the boat. Nevertheless, communication is not so indirect that one has to decipher it. New Zealanders tend to speak openly enough that the intention and meaning of their words are easily apparent. In terms of communication, New Zealanders can communicate verbally and non-verbally. One of the ways of their verbal communication is the self-deprecation. New Zealanders are quite self-deprecating in conversation in an effort to come across as humble, honest, and relaxed about themselves. Feel free to join in with the joking by criticizing yourself in a similar manner. And the next is the swearing. So swearing is more common in New Zealand than in many other cultures. So it is normal to hear people cuss at some point during a conversation. In their non-verbal communication, it includes the eye contact, the physical contact, personal space, head, and obscene gestures. Under eye contact should be maintained directly and intermittently broken. People often make enough eye contact to show their sincerity, but do not hold it for long a duration as this can seem scrutinizing. However, be aware that for some older Pacific Islanders in Maori, direct eye contact can be considered disrespectful and confrontational. Therefore, if you notice that they are diverting eye contact with you, take it as a signal that you should do the same. Next is their physical contact. People tend not to touch each other much during communication unless they are close friends. Touching someone on the shoulder or arm in order to emphasize a point is generally acceptable, but can otherwise be seen as a sexual advance. That being said, women tend to be more tactile with one another than men. The traditional Maori greeting, the hongi, involves both persons briefly pressing their noses together. New Zealanders also have personal spaces when communicating. New Zealanders usually keep about an arm's length distance between one another when talking. Men tend to maintain more space from each other during conversation than to women. People in rural areas tend to stand a little further apart. Next is the head. The head is considered tapu or sacred in Maori culture and should not be touched. For example, affectionately patting someone's head can be interpreted as disrespectful. And lastly, the obscene gestures. Raising one's middle finger or making the V sign with one's palm facing towards oneself is considered very rude. So there, A newly hired social worker should know and learn all of the mentioned cultural modes of communication in the New Zealand so that he or she would be respectful and be respected. Again, I am Jade Mocodef Ariston, and thank you for watching this short presentation.